Once there was the introduction of generative AI into the marketplace, it captivated the attention, and a lot of the investment dollars started flowing in multiple ways in that direction. It has a massive amount of utility, high productivity output, which we'll talk to a little bit later in this conversation. But what has happened in the public markets is it has actually dampened the public market enterprise software companies' valuations relative to other companies. And so, for the first time in quite some time, when we had loose monetary policy, et cetera, enterprise software companies have become affordable and more affordable in the public markets. And so, what you've seen us do over the last 18 months or so is a lot of take privates in that marketplace. We look for companies that have that product superiority, execution excellence capabilities, but have now fallen out of favor in some respects by the public market investors because they're now turning their attention to call it the new thing, which is Gen AI at this point. And so we think that in buying those companies and bringing operational improvements to them, because of the retention rates with those customers, we should be able to infuse those businesses with Gen AI capabilities and capture more economic rent by providing tools and solutions to those customers through our portfolio companies that now will accelerate their growth and accelerate their profitability. So that's what's happening in the public markets, public to private. In the private market, there has been, as many know, a dampening of activity. We haven't seen as many transactions, especially in the middle market and small cap funds. We've seen with our foundation fund and Endeavor fund. Again, you're looking for A+ assets that are mission critical, business critical, and we see in some cases a lot of competition around certain of those businesses. So it's incumbent upon us to make sure we look and find deals that others aren't looking at. We have well over 100 billion in assets under management, but more importantly, we've got over almost 25 years of relationships and investments in doing only enterprise software. So entrepreneurs and owners and managers of these private companies come to us and they say, look, we have heard and we have understood through your team the value of these best practices that you deliver through your value creation unit. I want to now, avail the company and avail myself of this, and we're ready to do a transaction with Vista. What's interesting, often it isn't we're ready to do a transaction. We're ready to do a transaction with Vista, and so we look to leverage that market capability, market prowess, spending time with organizations and especially in our middle market funds, our foundation fund and our Endeavor fund, to actually drive those sorts of relationships and create value in those companies in a unique way because of the size of the platform, but delivered to smaller companies. And we think that's going to be continue to be a sustainable advantage for us.